MicroStation Essentials, getting started with MicroStation. We're going to learn how to get familiar with MicroStation's opening screens and take a look at the File Open dialog. We'll also understand the basic elements of the user interface. When you start MicroStation, you're presented with the File Open dialog. This dialog box allows you to choose files to open. It allows you to pick the files of type that you'd like to work with. It also allows you to set your workspace, which allows you to choose a user and a project and an interface. You have your standard Windows type of operations here, and some specific things that are applicable to MicroStation's tools and file history. You also have your ability to change the type of view that you're looking at, so you can look at icons. In this case, you can see that you actually get a little preview of the icon, and also you'll notice that it shows up in a preview window here, giving you a slightly larger view of what is inside that file. You can also go to the details view where you can see all of the information as you would in any standard File Open dialog. Files of type allows you to choose what type of file you're going to work with. There's CAD files, which include the MicroStation default format, DGN, the AutoCAD format, DWG, and the Drawing Exchange format, DXF. You can look for just MicroStation files, cell libraries, MicroStation design libraries, and a variety of other files, again, DWG, 3D Studio, ESRI shape files, raster files, so you can open up a TIFF or a JPEG directly, Rhino files or SketchUp files. You also have the ability here to work with your different users, projects, and interfaces that you might have available. Combined, the user, project, and interface are called the workspace. For example, if I wanted to go to the examples user and the civil project, I'm taken to a different folder, and I can look at different files here. This one has survey information, this one has design information, this one has contour information. Or I could go to a plant project, and again, look at different design files available for me here. Note the preview image available for you here. In addition, you have the ability to go and take a look at some tools, such as compressing a file or upgrading a file to V8 format, or going to some history of files that you've worked with in the past. There's also a history of folders that you've worked with in the past. From here, you can also create a new file. Let's take a look at some of the general interface elements of MicroStation. Going into the file, you'll notice that you have the ability to change a variety of different things here. So here you can see your standard graphics inside of View. This is where you do all of your drawing. This is where you can zoom in and zoom out, and window in on an area, rotate your view, and do a few other things that you might want to control with respect to your view. This is the main action area of MicroStation. You notice that there's many pull-down menus here. The file pull-down menu includes some of the standard type of things to create a new file, open an existing file, save a file, and a variety of other tools that allow you to work with files. The edit menu includes your copy, cut, paste, and a few other things that you might want to do with typical type of editing operations like grouping and ungrouping or selecting and unselecting. And the other menus allow you to work with a variety of other tools and utilities within MicroStation. One of the most important menus here is the Tools menu. The Tools menu allows you to work with a variety of different toolbars. So here you can see that there is the Attributes toolbar, and this is the Attributes toolbar right here. The Attributes toolbar can be turned on or off by simply clicking on it. Now it's off, and now it's back on again. Here's your primary toolbar, and there's other toolbars like standard. you'll find that you have the ability to get to a variety of different types of geometry tools like dimensions or curves, plus a lot of utilities like clash detection and point clouds. So it's a very important pull-down menu because it allows you to access tools. There are other ways of accessing tools, including the tasks area. By clicking on tasks here, you'll see that you have access to some standard tasks. This is the main task where you can select elements, put a fence around a group of elements to perhaps copy a group. Here's your manipulate, which allows you to do copy, move, scale, rotate, mirror, and array, and a variety of other things to manipulate existing elements. You have some view controls, the change toolbar, which allows you to change colors, levels, styles, weights, properties of an existing element. You can do a variety of things with elements here, such as grouping them, creating a chain of them, creating a region, dropping them. You also have the ability of modifying elements, such as extending and trimming. And finally, there's delete here, and measure. The tasks are arranged in a logical kind of sense here, so primarily we'll work with the drawing task. This allows you to create elements. The drawing task allows you, in this case, to create lines and other linear element types, polygons and other area element types, circles and arcs, hatching, your ability to tag or provide some textual data to graphical elements. You can add text, you can create cells or a group of elements that you want to use repeatedly, your measurement tools, as well as your dimensioning tools. In addition, there's a drawing composition which allows you to create sheets and print them. Below the tasks area, I've docked the element selection tool setting. Currently it says element selection, and you can undock it by simply grabbing the title bar or bringing it back here and docking it using the docking indicators. This is the element selection tool settings, but if I go to place fence, it becomes the place fence tool settings, the copy tool settings. These enable you to work with different types of tools and allows you to do different things with those tools. So here's the place smartline tool settings. There's some additional toolbars along the bottom here. Those are available through other locations. So under Window, you look at the View toolbox at the bottom. This is the accudraw toolbox, allows you to work with accudraw. And at the very bottom of the screen here, you'll see that there is a status bar. And the status bar in this case is telling me what I need to do next. It's my prompt area. It's prompting me for, in this case, for smartline. It says place smartline, enter the first vertex. If I enter the first vertex, it then prompts me for the next thing. Enter next vertex or reset to complete. There's a message area which tells us about different things that have happened inside the application. Messages to you. And there are other areas here. This allows you to control your snaps or locks and a variety of other things here. Here's your active level, and tells you a variety of other things that we'll take a look at in other sessions. So to recap, learn how to use the File Open dialog first. It's an important dialog. It has many standard Windows features and allows you to create new files or open existing files. Also spend some time understanding the elements of the user interface. It's a good idea to practice your view controls as the first thing when you're working with MicroStation.